everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making our next recipe from the Dolly Parton Dollywood cookbook. Today's recipe is homemade white bread. So the only things that you're going to need to do for prepping ahead of time for this recipe is one, you are going to need 2 cups of warm water, and then also 2 cups of hot milk. So I just microwaved mine until it got pretty hot. Okay. So what you're going to do with these is you are going to take your 2 cups of warm water and you're going to put it into a bowl. Okay. And then you are going to take 2 packages of dry yeast and you're just going to sprinkle this on top. Let me get the one package open here. And you're not going to stir it in or anything. You're just going to sprinkle it on top and let it sit. Okay, so there is one. Oh, the other one, the yeast is in the way. It doesn't want to rip open. Maybe. There we go. Yeast out. Nope, there's some stuck in the corner over here. Let's get that out. Make sure there's none in here. Okay. So you got both packets of yeast, and you can just kind of set this off to the side for a little bit while you do some of your other stuff. Okay. So now what you're going to do with this is you're going to take another bowl. You're going to take your hot milk and put it in this bowl. Now you can also do this in a pan because you are going to heat this up. So if you want to do it, if you want to heat it in a pan, I'm just going to heat mine in the microwave. But if you want to heat it in a pan, you could do all this in a pan as well. Okay. So to this, you are going to add 4 teaspoons of salt. Oops. There we go. Okay. So you're going to add 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, and then 4. Okay, there we go. And then you're also going to add 5 tablespoons of butter. If you want, you could probably cut them up. It might make them a little bit easier to melt. And then you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay. Yeah, it might be better just to take this lid off. Go. All right, so let's see if we can get 2 tablespoons out of this or if we need to use the other one. Okay, we definitely have 1 tablespoon there. It's kind of dripping over here, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get a 2nd tablespoon out of this. There we go. I definitely think this is just about empty. Okay, so 2nd tablespoon. Scrape that all out. Go. There we go. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you are going to heat this up just until the butter is melted, okay? So, and then you're going to let it cool a little bit, but you still want it to be very warm. So basically you're going to heat it up until the butter melts. Then you're just going to let it cool down basically till it's not steaming hot. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. And then I'll come back once it's cooled down a little bit and we'll go from there. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Hey, you guys. So our butter is melted and I let it cool down a little bit. So it's still very warm, but not hot. Okay. So that is done. So I'm just going to set this over to the side for a minute and I'm going to grab our warm water with our yeast in it. And you're just going to go ahead and stir this up. Okay. And, you know, as it sat there, it started kind of activating the yeast. So the top was very foamy and stuff before we mixed it all in. So that's good. All right. So now you are going to add this into the water and combine it with the milk. Or, I mean, add the water into the milk. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. Get that stirred up real good. Okay, now the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to add 12 cups of flour to this, but it says, so half of it you need to sift in. So the first 6 cups, you're going to sift it into the flour and then mix it up and then add the rest, okay? So we're going to do 1 cup. Probably only fit about 2 cups at a time in here, I think. 2 cups. Okay. So let's sift that. Okay. Then we have, oops, making a mess. 3 cups. And 4 cups. We're going to sift that in. Okay. Then we're going to do 5 cups here and 6 cups there. Sift that in. Now it says to beat it with a wooden spoon. So we're gonna go ahead and whoop, mix it in. Make sure you don't slop it over the edge of the bowl there, like I just did, and onto my shirt, great. Okay. Don't usually use wooden spoons for stuff like this, but that's okay. We'll try it like it says. Now, you could probably also do this with a mixer if you want a stand mixer, you know. I just wanted to kind of do it the way it says in the instructions. So far, most of the breads and stuff that I've made out of this book haven't needed too much kneading. It's not quite as bad as some breads where you have to knead it for like 10 minutes. So, so that's good. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and add in the other 6 cups. It doesn't say it says you basically are only sifting the first half. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And I think for this part, I'm just going to use my hands. Probably not what it would recommend, but I kind of feel like I would do better with my hands. I'm also going to take my ring off if I can get this dough off without getting stuff. Oh, I got a little bit on it. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and mix this in. It's a lot of flour, you guys. It's a nice and warm dough though, since you heated all that milk and water up. Okay. Okay, so you're just gonna mix this in, and then it says to turn it out onto a floured cloth. I'm not gonna turn it out onto a floured cloth. I'm just gonna turn it out onto my countertop here. I'm gonna flour the countertop and turn it out. And it does say that the dough will be sticky, and you're supposed to knead it. Once you get this all mixed in and you get it out onto whatever you're using to knead it, you're just gonna knead it until it's springy. Okay. This flour is really sticking to the bowl over here. I'm trying to get some of that off. This is quite a lot of dough. Okay, so it's not quite mixed in all the way, but I want to take it out of this bowl to finish mixing it. Okay, so we're going to put some flour down. And see, we still have all this flour here. It's kind of stuck to the bottom. That needs to be worked in. Get that out of the way. So now we're just going to knead it. Get it into a nice and springy dough. Hopefully. Okay. And that loose flour kind of helps to get it all, stop it from sticking to the countertop there. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to keep kneading this until it becomes a springy dough. Once it does look really good, you're going to go ahead and grease a bowl, right? Yeah, you're going to butter or grease a bowl. I'm just going to use some cooking spray. I'm actually going to wash this bowl out that I was using and use some cooking spray to grease it. You're going to place the dough into the bowl and then cover it with a towel and set in a warm place to rise until it doubles in size, okay? Doesn't say how long. It usually takes at least an hour, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get all that done, and then I will come back. Hopefully this is going to turn into a dough here, because right now it's still pretty stringy, so I'll keep working on it. But I will be back as soon as I get this all risen, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys. So our dough has definitely doubled in size. It's gotten huge. So now all you're going to do is you're going to need 3 loaf pans, and you're going to go ahead and, it says to butter them. I just used shortening for mine, okay? And so you're going to go ahead and divide this into about 3 equal parts as best you can. So let's say about there and about there maybe, okay? So you're going to go ahead and cut this up. And you want to do this on a floured surface, by the way, just so you know. Okay. And then you're going to cut them into thirds and then place them in your loaf pans. And then you're going to cover them again with a towel and let them rise for another hour. Okay. Once they have risen for another hour, you're going to bake them at 375 degrees for about 50 minutes. And then when you remove them, and you're going to put them on the middle shelf, and you want all 3 of them on the same shelf, okay? Then you're going to take it out of the oven, and you're going to butter the tops and then let it cool, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get these all in here, let them sit for an hour and rise again, and then I will bake them at 375 for about 50 minutes. Then butter the tops when they come out of the oven. And then I will come back and show you guys how they turned out. And I think I'm going to take a little bit off of this one and give it a little bit to these 2 because it looks just a little bit more on this one than the other 2. Okay. All right, you guys, so I'll be back in a little bit. All right, you guys, our bread is all done and it is looking really good. It seems nice and brown on the outside. Everything looks pretty fantastic. It's still really warm, but I do want to try to at least cut an end off so that we can see what it looks like on the inside as well. So let's just cut this off real quick. See what we got. Looks like really nice in there. There we go. Looking great. It's nice and steamy hot right now too, as you can tell. So it looks like it's really nice and soft on the inside, crusty on the outside, which is exactly what you want. Looks really good. I did only cook it for 45 minutes instead of 50, just because I've kind of seen where the time limits are a little bit longer than what they should be, and they look pretty much perfect. And I did butter the tops of them. Okay, you guys, so I guess we could try a little piece of the end here. Yep. Tastes like homemade bright bread. A little bit of crunchy on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. Tastes great, you guys. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy. and we'll see you later. Bye.